Good morning, and welcome to the 2024 Lewis R. Miller Business Leadership Awards, presented by the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce and the Staten Island Advance. Special thanks to today's signature sponsor, Gateway Arms Realty Corp., for making this event possible. Lewis Miller, the namesake of our annual award ceremony, was a tireless community activist who mentored hundreds of entrepreneurs, business owners, and community leaders. Affectionately known as Lou by his colleagues and mentees, Miller viewed volunteering as a way of giving back to his neighbors. Lou Miller passed away in 1994 at the age of 93. But more than 25 years later, his influence lives on. Since its inception in 1994, the Lewis R. Miller Business Leadership Awards has recognized more than 300 honorees. This year, the awards celebrate 10 individuals who possess strong business acumen and fondness for our local community. Larissa Shiano Gonzalez, owner of Be Yoga and Dance, helps Staten Islanders heal through the art of movement. Shiano Gonzalez has been involved in movement since she was 2 years old, starting with classes at Miss Teresa's Danceland in Westerly. Later, upon entering the workforce, she found her love for yoga and decided to become a full-time instructor. After 5 years teaching at local yoga studios, Shiano Gonzalez opened Be Yoga and Dance in Rosebank. Be Yoga and Dance was founded with the intention of creating a supportive community that teaches powerful, inspiring, skillful yoga classes. Shiano Gonzalez has breathed new life into Rosebank, encouraging other women to join the tight-knit business community. Two of Shiano Gonzalez's students credit their entrepreneurship to Shiano Gonzalez, who pushed them to open their own business. Anthony Rappaciulo, owner of PR Cision and executive director of the South Shore Business Improvement District, makes it his personal mission to support the community in which he works and lives. Rappaciulo started PR Cision in 2008, following 2 years with one of the top PR firms in the country. Rappaciulo quickly built his name on Staten Island, leading many of the Republican Party campaigns and organizing some of the borough's largest events to date. In 2011, Rappaciulo began leading efforts to form a business improvement district along the Great Kills, Eltingville, and Annandale commercial corridors. The South Shore Bid was officially formed in 2015, and Rappaciulo was chosen to serve as its executive director. The South Shore Bid was the second bid to form on Staten Island, and only the 72nd in the city. Chris Marchione, founder and executive director of Person-Centered Care Services, is one of Staten Island's fiercest advocates for people with disabilities. In 1990, Marchione began working at LifeSpire, an organization that champions and supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. She continued to work with various other organizations, including the Cerebral Palsy Associations of New York State, for another 10 years before starting her own organization. PCCS launched in 2006 as a hub for services for people with disabilities, aiming to create social change within communities by supporting people with disabilities on their search for identity and acceptance. The organization's mission is to create equitable opportunities for people with developmental disabilities, and subsequently, a network of disability allies spread across communities near and far. James Thompson, owner and managing attorney of Thompson Law PLLC, is deeply committed to the community that he serves. Thompson graduated from St. John's University School of Law in 2006 with a Juris Doctorate, and shortly after, he began working full-time at the law offices of Russo, Scarmadella, and D'Amato PC. Thompson continued there for the next 14 years, working his way up to partner in 2017, when he decided to open Thompson Law in 2021. Thompson Law, located at the heart of West Brighton, primarily represents commercial property and business owners, handling commercial real estate and business asset sales and purchases, the formation and dissolution of business entities, and commercial landlord-tenant matters. Thompson also currently serves as legal counsel to council member David Carr, in addition to providing pro bono counsel to various not-for-profit organizations on Staten Island, including Michael's Cause, Echo, and Sailor Snug Harbor Little League. Zoltan Kemedy, owner of Zoltan Kemedy LLC, is dedicated to giving back to the Staten Island community. Kemedy was born into a Jewish family in Hungary at the heels of World War II. Kemedy's parents fled Hungary on the onset of the Hungarian Revolution of 1956, and he and his family immigrated to Montreal, Canada. Kemeny obtained multiple degrees of higher education in English and comparative literature before drastically pivoting to accounting. After working at a local firm for nearly 15 years, Kemeny started his own firm, Zoltan Kemeny LLC, in 2017. Zoltan Kemeny LLC is a full-service accounting firm based in Staten Island, New York, and Highland Park, New Jersey. When Kemeny opened the firm, he primarily focused on nonprofit auditing, but he has recently transitioned to working with individuals and small businesses. Orit Linder, Chief Executive Officer of the Joan and Alan Bernicow Jewish Community Center, is a champion for the Staten Island community. Linder began her professional career as a youth coordinator for the Siemens Society for Children and Families, where she made the decision to return to Israel to reconnect with her roots. Upon returning to New York, Linder began working at the JCC as Youth Empowerment Director. Over the next few years, she grew her professional portfolio to include the JCC's camp program, community outreach, and community-wide programming and community building. In 2020, Linder was appointed as the JCC's first female CEO. Under Linder's leadership, the Joan and Alan Bernicow JCC has flourished, establishing itself as a staple of the Staten Island community. The JCC is proud to serve the entire community, from children to elderly people and everyone in between. Al, Alex, and John Federico, owners of Coastal Supply Group, are pillars of the Staten Island community. Coastal Supply Group, originally known as Coastal Plumbing Supply, was founded in March 1972 by Alexander Federico Jr. Over the 5 decades since the business's inception, the Federico family has grown Coastal Supply Group exponentially, expanding to 6 locations in the tri-state area. Alongside Federico since Coastal's inception were his sons, Alex and John, who have grown with the business. Under the guidance of their father and mentor, the Federico sons slowly began to take over daily operations, and they were eager to expand the business and build upon their father's legacy. Today, Coastal Supply Group is a leader in the supply industry, proudly serving trade professionals and homeowners for over 50 years. Coastal Supply Group recently celebrated its 50th anniversary with the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce. Linda Dianto, Executive Director of the National Lighthouse Museum, knows no bounds. Dianto began her professional career teaching 3rd and 4th grade at St. Mary's School, where she taught for 3 years. From teaching, she transitioned to therapeutic recreation, working at various sites across the city, such as Golden Gate Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center, New York City Health and Hospitals Kohler, and St. Elizabeth Ann's Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center. Dianto entered the nonprofit world when she found out that the National Lighthouse Museum was collapsing before it was even constructed. Dianto stepped in and built the National Lighthouse Museum from the ground up, establishing the museum on Staten Island and attracting visitors from around the world. Dianto has worked tirelessly to preserve and maintain the essence of the navigational history of lighthouses, which are now endangered across the United States. Due to the tireless work exhibited by these 10 individuals, the Staten Island community is a better place. We thank them for their outstanding achievements and efforts to our borough.